I'm not missing out Catholics, Protestants as well, who are supporting illegal immigrants, illegal aliens, who feel that border security is not something that they should do as far as preventing people from coming into this country. And I believe they're wrong, and I think most Americans believe they're wrong.
Right. You know, I want to move on to one more story here about the Obama administration asking the Supreme Court now to prohibit Arizona from enforcing that 2-year-old measure that was signed into law by Governor Janet Napolitano about punishing businesses that hire illegal aliens. And apparently, well, you know, as you say in your article, she supported that law, but now that Obama, and she signed it into law, and now that he wants to get the Supreme Court to kick it out, she's not saying anything, is she?
No, she's not, because it was under her administration that the law was passed. You know, people forget. Janet Napolitano, when she was governor of Arizona, she called a state of emergency in Arizona because of border violence. She called out the National Guard because of border violence. She demanded, at that time was President Bush, that he do something about border security. She wanted a fence. She wanted all kinds of things. And now that she is the Homeland Security Secretary, she's done it about face. Now she is the feds. She's part of the federal government, and she's the one who's not doing anything about the crime and the violence and all the rest of it that's going on at the border, at the Arizona-Mexican border.
You know, there are two other crime stories that I want to touch on here. One was just released today about this in Virginia, a science teacher. Going to get to that one after this. But here, I hate to see this stuff, you know, but we report it. Illegal alien sexually assaults a 6-year-old boy in a kiddie porn film. And it's not just, you know, one time. Let's talk about that for a moment.
Yeah, well, this guy, he was into kiddie porn, and he was using and I think he did it, I think in the article I mentioned about 22 times.
Yes.
That he allegedly used this child in these films.
Is that how you pronounce his name? Maynor Leon, 25?
Right, and you know, it's really disgusting, and unfortunately it happens too often in this country. And one time I had written about it, and I got actually the Chiefs of Police Association got a letter from some American citizen who was very, very upset about my characterization of the illegal aliens who prey on these children. And one of his rationales was that in Mexico, it's not considered taboo to do that type of thing with a child. Well, you know, you're not in Mexico, buddy. You're in the United States.
Yeah. And let me tell the listener, Jim, that the tape that this clown made, this illegal alien, 25 years old, I don't know exactly where he came from. I'm trying to look. I guess it was Mexico if that guy was complaining about it. Anyway, this one time out of 22 times lasts 47 minutes and 37 seconds. And during, you know, this sexual assault, the child refers to his assailant by the man's name, and that's how they got him. Police identified the child in the video, 6-year-old. He had, this guy here, illegal alien, he rented a room in the home where the child lived. Boy, I'll tell you.
And the parents didn't seem to know anything about it. Well, you know, a 6-year-old child, you know, is really the type of victim they look for, because they're not able to communicate what's going on.
And I'm wondering, you know, it's like maybe the people that he rented the room from, perhaps they were immigrants, and they're saying, well, yeah, it's okay in Mexico, or we're not going to say anything, and even if they suspect it was going on, because they didn't want to be turned in. They didn't want to come out of the shadows, so to speak, you know. I don't know. Then you got this other story.
Let me tell you something.
Yep.
Most police officers that I know would not turn someone in who's a victim of a crime. They're not going to turn them into the ICE people.
ICE. Mm-hmm.
You know, that is again another deception by the liberals.
I know.
You know,
yes.
that is not happening in this country. I don't care whether it's a sanctuary city or not. Cops are not turning victims in to the ICE authorities.
Now, another sexual assault story you had today, not an illegal, but a teacher. Okay, Cedar Lee Middle School.
Right.
Yeah, in Virginia. He was sentenced yesterday to 18 years in federal prison for producing child pornography by filming himself engaging in sexual activity with a student. Now, this student was not 6 years old. This student was 15 years old, right?
Right. Still a minor, you know.
Mm-hmm. 13 times.
Yep. And unfortunately, that's happening a lot. This is not the first case of a teacher and student that I've come across. And unfortunately, I've seen where college professors, doctors, physicians, even cops have been arrested for this type of activity. You know, not only do they want to have sexual relations with these kids, they want to take home trophies. Usually they try to videotape it or film it in some fashion. Some of these people are dumb enough to post it on the internet. Now, I think this guy got caught by someone watching it, you know, on the internet and recognizing him and calling the police.
Another reason not to get a tattoo, Jim. Yeah, you got to watch out for those tattoos, I guess. But you know, so many stories that you file, and most of these are on Examiner.com. And I think those last two, and the one I'm going to mention now, is this MS-13 member, coming up on a break in just a moment. That was on Examiner.com, right?
Yeah.
And I got to tell the listener that if you go to the website, and I'll let Jim tell you exactly how to go there, and look at this guy, this MS-13 member, Umana is his last name, I guess is how you say that, Alcides Umana, 23 years old, Arlington, Virginia. And you talk about a scary-looking guy, man. You could put this up in your garden outside.
Yeah,
keep the crows away.
Into tattoos. They love tattoos.
Yeah, boy. Now, what's the best website? Because we're going into a break right now to see that.
The Examiner.com website.
All right, www.examiner.com. We're going to continue, wrap things up. Jim Kouri will be right back. What if the tattoo says, Mom? Well, it could be upside down and say, wow. Okay, we got to think these things over here. Be right back.